Hey, welcome back. You're listening to Good Deeds, Real Estate with a Mission. I'm Bill Weidecker from the Fine Homes Group at Keller Williams Realty Metropolitan. And we had an interesting first segment where we talked about the overall market through the first couple of months of the year. And if you're in New Hampshire, you know it's primarily good news. There's more inventory coming on the market, not enough to satisfy the demand. There's still a huge demand out there. And we talked about, I'm here with Justin McIsaac, our producer, and we talked a little bit about this inventory and the fact that there's not a lot of single-family homes on the market or condos on the market. You get three properties in the town of Goffstown.
Right. Yeah. So if I'm a buyer, let's say I'm a Goffstown Grizzly. Let's say I'm a proud alum of Goffstown High School, and I live in my hometown of Goffstown, ready to buy a house. There's 3 properties on the market. 3. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
As a buyer, what do I do to navigate that? I don't want to move to the North Country or anything. I want to stay in Goffstown. What am I to do, Bill Weidecker, when I see there's only 3 houses to choose from?
Pick one in a hurry.
There might be 2 by lunchtime, right?
Yeah. I really the inventory is a challenge for those that are buyers out there. Does that mean you shouldn't buy? No, it doesn't. It means you really have to have a seasoned professional at your side, because most buyers think, well, I can just wait until I get pinged by my search engine that tells me when new property has come on the market. And there's lots of real estate portals out there that tell anybody about inventory.
Right. But it might be too late by the time you get pinged, right? Things are already happening?
You are correct. Because this is a case where technology isn't as fast as the human element of the real estate market. I know if you and your wife decide you're going to put your property on the market, and you go, yeah, we're going to put it on the market in 3 weeks. The real estate portals out there have no idea that 21 days from now the McIsaac household is coming on the market. I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that property happens to be in Goffstown, and I'm working with buyers, or I have people on my team that are working with buyers, I may be able to make an introduction.
So instead of using AI, I should use LE, learned experience, right?
Absolutely.
I just made up a term there.
Well, we may adopt that at the Fine Homes Group.
I will invoice you for that.
Now here's the other side of it. I don't want people to get the idea that it's just off-market listings that people bring to the table. In a market like we're in right now, there is still multiple offers on properties.
Yeah.
And many buyers are losing out to cash offers. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this priority of if you're a seller where you go, how do I figure out which is the best offer? We can deal with that in another segment on how to guide our seller clients through prioritization of all the offers that they have. But ultimately, as a buyer, when we represent buyers, we're trying to counsel our buyers as to what makes their offer good.
Mm-hmm.
And what potentially makes their offer stand out and better than the competition. So yes, you can offer over list price, and many are in this market. It's still happening widespread because there's just not enough inventory. But there are lots of other things that can be done as well. And so it's that kind of strategy that you need somebody like us at the Fine Homes Group to be able to say, hey, here's exactly what you need to do to navigate this market.
And I would imagine from seller to seller, it's different what they're looking for from a buyer, and what, maybe one thing will work with seller A, but it's not going to work with seller B. And if I go to y'all and you guys have relationships with the sellers, and you're going to know how to, know their idiosyncrasies and whatnot, right?
Well, it's relationships with the sellers out there, and also with the other realtors who represent them. And so being able to, in some cases, we put transactions together with our realtor competitors many times over the years, and so we know how we will work together.
Mm-hmm.
And that may carry the water in some cases where they say, we know the folks at the Fine Homes Group, they're gonna see this transaction all the way to closing. We can count on them,
Yep.
and you should be able to count on them as well, Mr. Seller. It also is this. I'm going to just say this. It's when buyers go from lurking in the marketplace, where they're just kind of online, kind of wandering into open houses a little bit here and there. They're just putting a toe in the water.
Yep.
When they go from lurking to looking, to saying, we're going to do this, most of the time when you've made that decision mentally, you want to make that happen physically.
Right.
When you go, we're moving this spring. Well, when's a good time to find a house? How about now?
Right.
So when that happens, this can be a very frustrating process, especially when you've looked at, it's easy when you look at a house, Justin, and you go, no way am I buying that place.
Right.
Not me. It's easy to say no. But when you see something and you go, I can see myself living here. I love the yard. I love the bedroom.
You start making plans. You could be like, I'm going to put the couch here. I'm going to paint this room. We're going to have barbecues out here.
And you put an offer in, and 24 hours later, they go, yeah, we went with somebody else. It's a form of rejection.
Right. You're like, hold on. I had the barbecue
What
plan.
do you mean?
Can't do that.
So, it really, the letter of the day for buyers out there is you got to have some patience.
Right.
You really do. Because even though you were putting your 100% best foot forward, it may not be enough.
Yeah.
So we tell people, do everything you can so that if, and there is a really good chance that if will come to fruition, that you don't get accepted, that you go, okay, that you never have any regret where you go, I knew we should have done the following.
Yeah. You want to make sure you have all your I's dotted and T's crossed, and that way, at least if it comes down to it, it wasn't your fault.
And there are very real strategies to making your offer stand out. I'll give you one as a tidbit.
Okay.
A teaser.
I like that. Big market tease.
Because we sit down with our clients and we spend anywhere from a half an hour to an hour and a half in a consultation on what it takes to prevail in the marketplace. Mm-hmm. So that when the time comes that they find something, this is not new territory. We are ready to submit an offer. We're not spending all that valuable time then educating them. We educate them first so they go into the market forearmed and forewarned. But one in particular, many buyers get pre-qualified by a mortgage company. And so all that really is I'm going to simplify it. All that really is it's just a lender says, based on what you've told me, your income is, based on what you told me your debts are, based on your verbal representation of your credit and so forth, I'm going to tell you you're pre-qualified for the following.
Right.
And I'll even give you a letter that says you're pre-qualified based on what you told me. However, there's plenty of what I'm going to call escape clauses in the letter from the lender's standpoint saying, this is only a representation based on your verbal representations made to me.
Right.
And in no way is it a guarantee.
Yeah.
Okay?
If your job's actually a Ponzi scheme, we ain't going to give you this much.
Right. Now, a pre-approval is different.
Okay.
All right. And keep in mind, this is a simplification that for those that are out in the mortgage world and you go, I don't know. I'm just giving you a real simple standpoint so that buyers out there get a sense. A pre-approval is they've pulled your soft credit. They know what your credit score is.
Yep.
They've verified your working. They've verified income. They've verified your debts, and they are approving you. The only thing that is not yet approved is the piece of real estate you're going to buy.
Right.
You as a buyer are approved. It's almost as if you're going to get the mortgage providing the property qualifies.
Right. So pre-qualifying is when Capital One sends me an envelope saying, hey, we think you'd be good for one of our credit cards. A pre-approval is when the credit card actually shows up and I can start buying new golf clubs.
That's it.
That's a tortured metaphor, but I think it works.
Yeah, it's true because we all get things like that in the mail. You qualify for $1 million in life insurance.
Right.
And just answer the following 3 questions, and how many people actually get it.
Right.
It comes down to this. The devil is always in the details, and if you can remove details from your offer to make it more simple for a seller to understand, the better. So this has been an interesting conversation, Justin, on the buy side. We're going to come back. We're going to look a little bit again at the market in terms of the statistics and what it means for all buyers and all sellers. You're listening to Good Deeds, Real Estate with a Mission. I'm Bill Weidecker from the Fine Homes Group. Stick with us.